Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what the energy around Virgo is for the week ahead. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Keeping in mind these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements to get a complete picture. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can find the link for that in the description below. All right, my friends, let's get started. What is the current energy around the week ahead for Virgo? Ooh, there's a card that flipped over here. There it is. Okay. You got the most cards out of anyone I've read for this week. Okay, so we're seeing loyal heart, never-ending story, to be fair, and truth be told. So what this makes me feel like is that it's really time to sort of be aware about that inner critic that dwells within, that's always sort of pointing out where we may have done something that we have some regrets about, or we're being very judgmental or critical about ourselves, and really rethinking things to a point where you just sort of feel like this character here on the card holding their head in their hands going, oh man, I did it again. And it's interesting. It's that inner critic coming through that we're seeing here. It's almost like you just need to be more loving of yourself, Virgo, instead of being so darn hard on yourself and really being critical of every step or judging things as a misstep, and to really devote yourself to having this sort of self-love energy this week is being highlighted for you. And here we're seeing to be fair and truth be told, which are two really interesting cards to come out together, because when truth be told is in the reverse, it's really a time where nothing short of the truth will work. So you're in this place where I feel like you're looking for evidence. You're trying to find evidence for how you're feeling, for how you're thinking, and the choices you're making, and nothing short of the truth. I feel like you're at a place where you're really, really focused on understanding the truth of something. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of swords once we jump into the tarot cards. And the Justice card could come up for you too, because seeing to be fair is really a time of sort of understanding cause and effect. What is this teaching me about myself, and how have I contributed to certain dynamics in my life? And so I feel like you may be in a place where you're trying to examine your role in something, and you might be really hard on yourself right now, and you might be sort of at a place where we're seeing that loyal heart for you to be more compassionate and less judgmental when it comes to how you're feeling about yourself, how you're talking to yourself, how you're sort of looking at yourself. Are you being very critical? Are you being compassionate? Are you being judgmental? Are you being honest? Like what's going on right now for you with respect to how you're relating to yourself? And is there a lot of unnecessary drama, fear, envy, procrastination going on here? This could be a time where you might feel like you're a victim of someone else's actions. And it's important right now, from what I'm seeing, for you to be very honest with yourself about what your role was in this dynamic. Because I think you might be sort of feeling like powerless in some ways, or really critical of yourself, or feeling insecure, or like you may have had a misstep or a sabotaging moment. And it's like you're being guided to bring your awareness to that, but with love and compassion, and not with judgment or self-criticism, because I feel like that's already where you're sitting with this. And that's not going to help you understand what this is teaching you about yourself. That's only going to sort of send you down this negative narrative where you're being really hard on yourself about something, instead of just sort of seeing where you had a role in something. Seven of Pentacles coming out for you makes me feel like there's some indecision on what to do next in this scenario. And there's the Moon in reverse. So it's a high anxiety, high levels of fear, like we were just saying. Yeah, you may be feeling very uneasy about not being certain how things are going to move next. And you may be about to give up on something, maybe prematurely. There's the Knight of Swords. Yeah, feeling impulsive, not feeling really grounded, really feeling like you just need to change something now. Like you need to bring a new energy to something now. But really, this may need some reflection and some clarity on the intuitive side. Seeing the Queen of Cups coming out in reverse tells me that you may be feeling sort of impulsive in terms of how you're moving about. You may be very distracted and trying to keep yourself busy because you're feeling a lack of certainty, a little bit of intuitive clog here, like clogged up intuitively, not trusting yourself, feeling that fear and indecisive quality that's sort of making you feel a little frantic and impulsive. It feels like, yeah, there's that Chariot in reverse, confirming that you might be feeling stuck energetically. You might be feeling stuck and that you're not sure how to move forward. And so there may be a part of you that's thinking about sort of impulsively moving quickly away from something that you've been investing a lot of effort, time, and energy into, because you're just not sure how it's all going to work out. And I think that there's some hesitation in that you're not able to predict what's going to happen here. So there's sort of this idea of being blocked by fear and misinterpreting this mental confusion, fear, and anxiety as feeling lost and stuck, when really it's just that you're about to understand things from a new level of awareness, and sort of feeling that impulsivity that comes when we can sense that things are about to change, but it hasn't changed in the material world yet. We haven't seen the change with our eyes yet. So we tend to be hasty. We tend to sort of pursue things almost impulsively and so quickly. But it's accompanied by this sort of lost energy, right? Where, we're seeing that Queen of Cups in reverse, which makes me feel like you're not sure where this is all leading. And it's bringing out this desire to control things and maybe to even suppress emotions. So there's that truth be told card, right? Where we're sort of needing to be really honest about where we're at with ourselves, because there could be some responsibility that, in this dynamic that you have yet to realize, because it's just all so confusing right now, when really I feel like it's bringing you to transformation, but it's so unfamiliar where you're going and how you're getting there, that you feel a little uncomfortable not being in control of this completely. And right now I feel like you're not fully in control. So you may be feeling impatient or losing faith or feeling frustrated and maybe ready to give up on something that is new, because you're not sure how it's all going to work out yet. The best guidance for you from this reading is to be loving and compassionate with yourself at this time, because that will sort of bring the nervous system to a place of calm. Whereas right now it feels like your nervous system is very activated by this process and creating a lot of anxiety because of this insecure feeling that comes when we don't necessarily feel like we're in control of things occurring around us. And it feels like the question of what is this teaching me about myself is a question worth asking and worth exploring, because it could definitely bring you to a place where you feel more balanced, and that it's almost a place where you could experience balance from adversity. You know what I mean? Like that adversity might be teaching you something about yourself right now. You may be overly focused on the role others are playing instead of asking yourself about, what is this experience teaching me about myself? And like I said earlier, nothing but the truth is going to feel like it matters right now. You're needing to really uncover that truth, but again, doing so with love, so that you're not punishing yourself in some way or being critical of yourself in some way. It's that won't serve you ultimately. This is really a time of sort of having faith in yourself, and really feeling that divine direction as not being a lack of control, but as a collaboration with the divine. And perhaps by seeing it that way, you will feel like you're walking a path that you're meant to walk, as opposed to feeling stuck and lost and confused and scared and ready to give up. Right? Very interesting reading for you this week, Virgo. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to reading for you again soon. Sending you so much love and light, my friends. Take care.